Hello students, this is chemistry session for class 10th and I am here with the topic water of crystallization. So, let us start. Water of crystallization. To understand it, what is water of crystallization? Let us see an activity. Take few crystals in a dry boiling tube, few crystals of copper sulphate in a dry boiling tube. This is boiling tube. And then heat it on the burner. Okay. Do you know the color of copper sulphate? Actually, copper sulphate, it is CuSO4 dot 5H2O. This is copper sulphate and its color is blue. Okay. But when we heat the crystals, after some time, what do you observe? You will observe that the blue color changes to white. This blue color changes to white. So, what will happen? It means when copper sulphate it is heated, then actually 5H2O, this is water of crystallization. So, it loses water molecules and it changes to CuSO4 plus 5H2O. Okay. So, this is blue color and this is white. Okay. So, when we take few crystals of copper sulphate in a dry boiling tube and then heat it on the burner, then we observe that the blue color salt changes to white and we will observe water droplets on the inner surface of boiling tube. These water droplets are water of crystallization. Okay. So, we can conclude this activity. Take few crystals of copper sulphate in a boiling tube, then heat on the burner. Then observe. So, what do you observe? You will observe that blue color changes to white. Blue color changes to white. Okay. And this blue color is because of water of crystallization. So, and what do you observe? One more thing, water droplets on the inner surface of boiling tube. Okay. So, it means the color of salt is because of water of crystallization. So, it means what is water of crystallization? It is fixed number of water molecules combined or attached with, or you can write simply present with one formula unit, of a salt. Okay. So, water of crystallization, what is this? It is the fixed number of water molecules present in one formula unit of a salt. So, there are some other salts which contain water of crystallization, like you can see CaSO4 dot 2H2O. Can you name this salt? This is gypsum. It contains two molecule of water. This is water of crystallization. Another salt is FeSO4 dot 7H2O. What is this? This is ferrous sulfate. It contains, this is ferrous sulfate. It is in green color, light green color salt, and it contains 7 molecule of water. Okay. And you can see this salt, Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. Can you name this salt? Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. This is washing soda. So, it is clear from these examples that water of crystallization is fixed number of water molecule which is attached with one formula unit of a salt. Okay. Now, take a screenshot of it. Now, let us see few things in this topic again. You can see water of crystallization. So, what is water of crystallization? It is the number of water molecules present with one formula unit of a salt. Okay. What is the color of copper sulphate crystals? The color of copper sulphate crystal, that is blue, and this color is because of water of crystallization. You can see CuSO4.5H2O. This is actually hydrated copper sulphate. You can write it, hydrated copper sulphate, and it has color blue. What happens when hydrated copper sulphate is heated? So, when this salt is hydrated copper sulphate, when it is heated, it loses water of crystallization, that is 5H2O, and then it changes to CuSO4. Actually, this is white in color, it is white color salt, and it is anhydrous copper sulphate, because this salt does not contain any water molecule. So, this is anhydrous and it is hydrated. Okay, make it clear. There are some other salts like CaSO4.2H2O. This is gypsum and it contains two water molecules with one. This is one formula unit of salt, and this is ferrous sulphate. It contains 7H2O and its color is light green, and the color of this salt is because of water of crystallization. You can see sodium carbonate decahydrate, this is washing soda, and it contains 10 molecule of water, this is water of crystallization. And now, we will see in the last class, as I titled one thing, one important uses of washing soda, that is and I told you I will discuss that title in the upcoming videos. So, the title, what do you know what was the title? The title was sodium carbonate, means washing soda is used to remove permanent hardness of water. So, the title was hardness of water. So, let us see actually water obtained from all sources it is of two types: soft water and hard water. Okay. What is soft water? This water produces lot of lather with soap. It produces much lather with soap. Okay. So, this is soft water. And what is hard water? It produces less lather with soap. Okay. So, hard water produces less lather with soap. Actually, hardness of water is of two types. Permanent hardness and another one is temporary hardness of water. Why? What is permanent hardness? Means what is responsible to create permanent hardness of water? Actually, if sulfate and chlorides of calcium and magnesium. Okay, if water contains sulfate and chlorides of calcium and magnesium, that due to presence of these salts, permanent hardness is created. You can learn it like this: calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride. If any one of these salt is present in water, that will create permanent hardness of water. So, washing soda is used to remove permanent hardness of water. To remove such type of hardness, washing soda is used. Okay. Now, you can see what is temporary hardness. Actually, temporary hardness is because of bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. You can learn like this: calcium bicarbonate CaHCO3 whole twice, and magnesium bicarbonate MgHCO3 whole twice. Okay. And due to presence of these salts, it create temporary hardness, and this type of hardness can be removed. It is removed by boiling water. Okay. Now, take a screenshot of it. Now, you can see which salts are responsible to create permanent hardness of water? Calcium sulphate, magnesium sulphate, calcium chloride and magnesium chloride. Okay. Suppose in the laboratory, if hard water is not available, then you can dissolve any one of these salt to create permanent hardness of water. Okay. It is sometimes asked which salt can be used to test the foaming activity of soap. So, out of these 4 salt you can take any salt, and if you dissolve any of these salt, then the water will be of permanent hardness. Okay. And permanent hardness can be removed by different methods. There is not a single method, but it is heated with sodium carbonate. So, washing soda is used in that process. Okay. So, you can very easily check how water whether the water has hardness or not. Okay. And now you can see bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, these salts create only temporary hardness, and this type of hardness can be removed simply by boiling the water. Okay. Now, this class is over today, and we will continue some important questions in the upcoming videos. Thank you, students.